Ladies and gentlemen, this has got to be one of the most dopest animes out right now. Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, Episode 21 was dope. I gotta say, all of Season 2 has been so fucking good. I mean, the animation. I feel horrible for these animators because they are probably working overtime to give us some great fights, man. But Episode 21 is a continuation of the fight between Itadori and Toto versus Mahito. And let me just let y'all know, Mahito is annoying. Mahito definitely gives me some like Orochimaru vibes, not in the sense of like their personalities, but they're just really fucking hard to kill. So during the first part of this episode, if you didn't think Mahito was already slippery enough, Toto grabs him and this fool detaches his head from his body. Mahito's head grows like some arms and legs and starts running around the battlefield like a fucking kid. So it turns out his whole plan was to get some distance to use his technique called soul multiplicity, I believe, in which he summons the polymorphic soul isomer. I swear, these technique names are so overly complicated, I swear to God. And this thing punches the absolute dog shit out of Toto, in which he flies into a building, ricochets off the ceiling and the floor, and back out of the building. I was like, God damn! But eventually he figures it out, and it turns out that this thing has all offense and like no defense. So Toto finally makes it back over to Itadori, and Mahito then releases his domain. So this is where it gets a little bit confusing for me, because apparently Mahito releases his domain, but he did it so fast, and I think it was like 0.2 or 3 seconds or something like that. I think that kept him safe somehow from Sukuna, and I don't know how. I guess it's just the speed in which he did it. But it was so fast that it actually activated his technique for that domain too, I think. So while all this is going on, Toto opts to use a simple domain, and you know, Itadori is like pushing Mahito. But I was thinking the whole time, I thought Mahito had to touch somebody physically to activate his idol transfiguration. He just looked at Toto and his hand basically got infected. So of course Toto cut his hand off like a G. Then shortly after, Mahito rushed Toto, got off his black flash, but thankfully Toto used some cursed energy on his stomach, so he didn't immediately die or take that much damage. So just when I thought Mahito was gonna fucking pack up Toto, his necklace breaks. And what came next was the most silliest shit I've ever seen. So in his necklace is a picture of Yuji, and I think there's this girl that he looks up to. He watches her show. Okay, her name is Takata. But in his imagination, he is envisioning them beating up Mahito. But after all that stops, he slaps Mahito's hand, which switches places with Itadori, in which he delivers a black flash. And can I just say, I never thought that Toto would ever get pushed to his limits like this, because he damn near almost died. Oh, and by the way, Mekamaru's decision to only have Toto go to Shibuya while the rest of his team is on some other mission far away from there was a good ass idea, man, because you already know they getting bodied. So I don't know why they feel like, why didn't he have us go to Shibuya? Nigga, you would have died. So Toto is laying there and he passes out, and you know, it's up to Itadori to get the job done. But just when I thought Mahito was on the ropes, this dude transforms again, bro. So apparently he transforms into his ultimate form. So Itadori goes to run his fade, and he shortly finds out that his body is like super hard. He gives him some problems, but eventually Mahito starts to feel the effects of the previous black flash that Itadori used on him. So the fight continues on, and eventually Itadori is about to deliver the final blow on Mahito, but Toto gets up and says like, hey bro, you forgot about me? I think that made Mahito kind of paranoid that Toto was gonna use, what's his thing called? Boogie Woogie. So ultimately that distracted Mahito, and Itadori was able to get off his black flash, and then Mahito got hit by it, then he reverted back to his original form. Now this is the part I want to talk about. It was so satisfying to see Mahito just scared. Now don't get me wrong, I don't think Mahito's a poorly written villain. I think that he is just so elusive, and you just couldn't kill this guy. And every time you're about to kill him, he escapes or he pulls some trump card. But why this part of the episode was so satisfying for me is because up until this point, Mahito treated everything like a child's game. And I hated that. I know that's a part of his personality. I mean, he's like a little kid with, you know, broken powers. And not to mention, he's killed some great characters. But I think this is the first time he ever experienced true fear. Now, you know, season 1 and season 2, there's been times where Mahito was like, oh shit. But this is the first time I felt Mahito was like, this is it. I don't have any more cards up my sleeve. I will probably die. And you can see that in his eyes. I mean, he was crawling away from Yuji, and Yuji was on demon time. And as he should, because he had every right to Black Flash the out of this dude, man. And I was just sitting there looking at my screen, waiting for the Black Flash to come. But alas, it never came. And Geto just appeared out of nowhere, talking about some, should I save you? Please, don't save him, man. Let him Black Flash him. But all in all, I thought the episode was really good. What I think is going to happen is Geto is going to either absorb Mahito and then he'll be a part of his body, or he'll give him the Nappa treatment, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But let your boy know in the comment section below how you felt about this episode, and if you want to see some more Jujutsu Kaisen reviews. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I'll be back with some more reactions. Peace!